Hi everyone, my name is Joseph Carson, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my path and journey to being a cybersecurity professional and an ethical hacker. So hopefully today is going to be very interesting and you'll learn a lot from my career and what I've done and what I do in my everyday job. What allows me to make sure that I help keep your devices, your technology and everything that you do in IT today safe and protected away from bad people. So let me take you on that journey. Now, one of the things you're probably realizing is that yes, I'm not Estonian. I've been here in Estonia now for 14 years, for nearly 10 aastat. But I'm originally from a place called Northern Ireland, a city called Belfast. And that's where I grew up, that's where I went to school, that's where I went to university, and it's also where my family and my friends, they still live today. And on occasion I do go back to try and visit for a vacation. So one of the important things is to know that the job that I do today in cybersecurity as an ethical hacker didn't exist when I went to school. It wasn't a subject that I could take. It wasn't a career path that you could choose. So it's one of the important things is to know exactly what did I do and what subjects did I take that helped me get to the job that I do today. So let's talk about exactly what do I do. So the job that I do on a daily basis is that I am a cybersecurity professional. I am an ethical hacker. And what that means is that I'm really testing the security of companies and people. Seeing to make sure that they're doing the right things, that they've got the right passwords chosen, that they're doing the right security implementations. So with that, what it does is it means that I do travel quite extensively. I go around the world, I teach at conferences, I provide workshops, I do a lot of security research, and I help really educate IT professionals and IT administrators and how to really make sure that the systems that they're actually using and working on and implementing are safe and secure to use. So that's what I do on a daily basis. Now at school, because there wasn't any subjects that I could take in order to do a class in cybersecurity, what I did study was, which was very important, from a very young age I did get involved in a lot of computer games. So computer games and technology and gadgets was a very big passion for me. And it's where I spent a lot of my time as a youth even though I was told that playing too many computer games, which I probably played more than what I should have, it was really something that was an area of passion, something I enjoyed doing. And with that, what I did was I spent a lot of time learning maths and science and geography. And also English was also very important because it's the language that I use when I travel quite extensively. And also computer studies and programming. Those were subjects that was also very important. So with that, those were bringing all of those together was really what helped me decide where to go at university, which I ended up choosing to go into computer science, computer studies, where I did a lot of programming. And again, those things which really helped me use, that I actually still today use quite extensively in my job. So as I mentioned with my job, that it does take me to a lot of places and countries. And I thought that one of the important things is to really show you and how to show you what I do is to take you with me. So one of the most interesting places that I'll be going to in the near future, actually will be first thing tomorrow morning, bright and early, is I'm going to take you to one of the conferences with me that I'm going to be speaking at. And that conference is in Abu Dhabi, in the United Arab Emirates. So tomorrow morning, bright and early, you, everyone in this class, and myself are going to go to Abu Dhabi. So hopefully this will be something that will be interesting for you and give you really a bit of an insight into the job that I do and really what the vital things that I use in an everyday life. So look forward to taking you with me. Let's enjoy. One thing I did forget to mention, that just like since I live here in Estonia, and just like many Estonians do, that before I have to go to Abu Dhabi first thing tomorrow morning and to get on a plane and go and travel for almost one day, is that before I do that, I do the traditional things that every Estonian does. That this is the time of year for what? Two things: potatoes and apples. So before we go to Abu Dhabi, yes, we do have to go and pick some potatoes. So nothing like a hard day's work, nothing like a lot of potatoes for the winter, and let's see how I feel in the morning as well. So see you soon. Hey, good morning. So, all packed, all ready, and got pretty much the most important things you need when you're traveling. So, one of the few things that I just need to make sure that I have is my passport. It's one of the most important things to bring with you. So when you're traveling, always have a passport, because for most countries you'll need one. And for one I need is a power adapter. So all the plugs may be different, so I need to make sure I've got something to plug into. And the next thing is my cards, to make sure that I've got something for money to pay for things. So all set, all packed, bags ready to go. So let's head to the airport. So good morning again. Now you can see I've actually reached the Tallinn airport. So all checked in, bags ready, and I'm about to go and get my flight to, first of all, to Amsterdam. So as you can see behind me, that's the plane that is going to take me to Amsterdam. And then with a very short layover in Amsterdam, I gotta run and get my next flight to Abu Dhabi. So at this point in time, I'm going to get onto the plane, and hopefully we'll get there as soon as possible. Amsterdam, and after a big rush from one side of the airport, which is quite, let's say, a long distance to the other side, I finally made my flight. I'm on the bus, as you can see, and I'm about to go to my next plane to Abu Dhabi. So I'm going to take a little bit of a rest, get something to drink and something to eat. So hopefully I'll see you at the other side. Okay, see you soon. Hi everyone, I'm finally here in Abu Dhabi. It's been a long day, roughly about 13 hours of traveling. I finally checked into my hotel. Now I'm just getting some rest and preparing for the busy days ahead. Now, it took me probably around 13 hours to get from Tallinn to Abu Dhabi. Now we put that in perspective, 100 years ago, it would have taken more than 3 weeks. So putting that, it's okay. 13 hours isn't so bad today. Now, you're probably wondering, with all the technology that we have available, things like communication, WhatsApp, Communicator, Skype, and everything, that we could do these meetings virtually, we could do them online using technology. And yes, we do that quite often. In my job, I have frequent calls around the world, and we have continuous discussions and conversations and sharing of ideas. But sometimes you really do need to put down the technology, and you need to go meet people in person. And that's why I come to these conferences, because networking and having workshops and sharing ideas and sharing knowledge is vitally important. And that's one of the most important aspects of my job, is to come and share my knowledge. So that's why I came to this conference, and that's why I'm here in Abu Dhabi. So hopefully you will get to see more about those types of interactions and why it's important. So, how are you all doing? Here in Abu Dhabi, outside, walking around, and it's quite hot. It's around 33, 35 degrees Celsius. And I've been drinking quite a lot of water just to keep myself hydrated. So it's very important when you're here to drink water. Now, when I'm here, one of the things that's been very valuable is being able to speak English. Everything is in both Arabic language and also signposted in English. So English has been
very valuable in allowing me to get around taxis, hotels, dinner, and so forth. So English has been very valuable in regards to being able to communicate. But sometimes when I'm in places like this, I very rarely, not always, but I sometimes get a little bit of time to go and see some impressive locations. So today, since I'm here in Abu Dhabi, I thought I would actually take you to one of the most impressive places in Abu Dhabi, which is this place. This is the Grand Mosque of Abu Dhabi. It's quite impressive, and it is an amazing place to go visit. So let's see if we can go inside. So now I'm here inside the compound, the area of the Grand Mosque here in Abu Dhabi, and I thought the time I purposely came here was to try and get the sunset. I thought it was a really good time of the day to really get a sense of this place. So here, if I just move around a little bit, you'll get to see this impressive sunset that's happening behind me. So I thought just to take a moment and enjoy. So sometimes, hopefully, you'll get to come and see this in the future and get to take a look around and see some of this impressive location and city. So, hi everyone. After a long day and a hard day, kind of with all the meetings that I've done today, sorry that I couldn't take it to some of them just because no phones allowed. So, not everywhere you can bring your mobile phone. I thought I'd take you here to a really cool place in Abu Dhabi, which has an amazing skyline view behind me here of Abu Dhabi. Really cool fountain. And when I'm here and having my different meetings, I usually come to this place. This is the Emirates Palace, and behind me is the hotel, which is pretty impressive. And when I do come, I don't get to stay in the hotel, unfortunately, but I do on occasion come here and have a lunch or dinner. It's really cool and a must-see visit in Abu Dhabi. Hi, good morning everyone. So today is the big day. This is the day for the reason why I came all the way to Abu Dhabi and spent 2+ days here. Today is the day of the conference. This is where I go, and basically this is what the whole purpose of this visit is for, is to go to this conference where there's about probably around 300+ people that I'm going to be presenting to and helping educate them on the risks and the world of cybersecurity. So I'm really excited. It's what all of this preparation, planning, going through my notes, all the meetings have been for, comes down to 20 minutes of today. So let's see how this goes, and let's head to the conference. So we've arrived at the conference hall, and it's a pretty amazing location. And first of all, one of the things you got to do when you come to conferences, you need to register and check in. And then I will take you a walk around to show you some of the booths and introduce you to one of my colleagues. So.
So we're here at the expo hall where all the vendors are actually participating and showing. And this is where I want to introduce you to some of my colleagues who have really helped me get around here in Abu Dhabi and help me make sure that I get to all the meetings on time and make my trip here very productive. So I introduce you to Nadia and
Hi, Nadia, Territory Manager for Middle East and Africa and a few other places around the world.
Hi, Business Consultant.
Okay, excellent.
We are all agreeing here, coming in this conference as an industry, that we have challenges.
So, as you can see now, it's time for me to get up and present. I'm going to be up here.
And go out where you went before. So you have
one of the most important areas that many organizations don't realize is the actual sensitivity and the nature of privileged accounts. Now, privileged accounts exist almost everywhere in your organization. They are in your hardware, they're in your software, they're in the cloud, they're on-premise. How I have went and actually used my skills in penetrating organizations. So I've produced a navigator project on hack, and this white paper will be available from next week. It's not available today, but we'll be able to get it next week.
So I hope this was useful and valuable. And as you can see, coming to these conferences, and you probably will attend many conferences yourselves in the future, though you can see bringing people together to share ideas and experience is still vital today to make sure that we come up with new ideas and new innovations and really collaborate and share knowledge. It's one of the most really impactful things that we can do in our workplace and in even our lives. And some things that I thought that was learning today was that as I was watching other people speaking, and one thing you'll learn is that in some cases, some things didn't go so well, that the technology didn't work, that things went, technically, or the audio didn't work as expected. And I think one of the lessons that I would share is that not everything goes to plan. And it's important that, things will not work and you will experience failure. But it's important to not be worried about failure. Failure is something that will happen, and it's what you do after that. It's how you use that failure to learn from it, how to improve, how to make a difference. So I think one of the valuable lessons that, as I watched other presenters today delivering their talks and sessions, some new, it's their first time, some experienced, that I think one of the vital lessons is that don't be afraid to fail. Failure can always lead to great ideas. And I can myself have seen failure in the past. And learning from it is all about life and experiences. And again, hopefully this coming to Abu Dhabi has been an experience for you, and that you have learned a little bit more about me and my career and what I do in my job. And maybe that you will see some things that you will be interested in doing, whether it's in cybersecurity in another career, but hopefully you will learn some kind of new thoughts and ideas that you will choose in your futures. Hi, so my time in Abu Dhabi is almost come to an end. So it's been 2 full days here, and now it's time that I need to get ready to go back to the airport and return to Tallinn. So I thought just as I come and take a walk around, that you could, to see some of the city skyscrapers from just below. So it's a pretty impressive place, and I'm pretty sure they'll be back here again very soon. And but right now I have to go and start preparing for my next trip, which will be then heading off shortly to Spain, followed by Washington DC. So I hope that you got to find Abu Dhabi very interesting, and that sometime your jobs and future careers will take you here as well. So one piece of advice I have is that, and it's something that I did, is I find a passion. I was very passionate about technology and computers, and I turned it into my career and my job. I made money and got to travel the world by doing my passion, doing what I love. So I do recommend that find your passion and what you enjoy doing, and maybe it will become your career in the future. Hi everyone,